Okay, hold on a second.
Live TV from 85 plus channels with local sports and news. YouTube TV. Try it free.
Alright, I need to be careful though. Hold on a second. You know what? Check it out. Okay, everybody, listen. I have a lot of fun editing videos. Okay, let's see here. I'm just gonna look at what I got because I might have some that are private. Can't remember, but let me go all the way down to the bottom here because I have another channel. I can't remember the name of it at the moment, but I'll find out. It's got the tutorials on it. Let's see here. Not all of these are. See, there's a lot of them that are locked. Okay, so if you, okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put these in Save to Playlist. I'm going to put them in the War and Order playlist, and it's public so you guys can watch it. And that explains speed rallies, the honor. Yeah, y'all don't really need to know about that. The troops, that would be good to know. Defense, that's something y'all want to look over. Let's see here. Recruiter, donating. Donating, that's a good one. Save the playlist. If you watch these videos, I mean, I hope you enjoy them. I really put a lot of effort into making the videos. So, I try to make them look as cool as possible. Defense, okay. And then, let's see here. I think I might have one or two more. Hold on. Architect. Rally. Short announcements. Troop formation. There we go. Put that in there. I think you'll really enjoy these videos. And, I haven't. Oh, look there. War and Order. That's from somewhere else, though. That's, anyways. Maybe I'll go through this later and, see what else I can find. But you can check them out, and, the whole reason I brought that up was because, why did I bring that up? Hold on a second. Let me get a drink of Pepsi. Alright, well, it doesn't. I learned quite a bit from it. So basically, the farming. So the farming is going to be different, everybody. Farming, having a farm account is pretty important, really, if you're really going to get into this game. Now, I'm not talking about even berserkly, okay? I'm not talking about, like, professionally getting into this game. What I mean is, as you upgrade your castle, it's going to take more and more resources, okay? And, you don't have to spend a lot of money on this game, alright? I mean, just getting a $20 monthly card, I would recommend it. It's just worth it. But, even the, $8 monthly card, that's a good one too. Let's see here. Yeah, the Supreme and the Value card is both worth your money. And it's just once a month. But even if you don't get any of that and you don't spend really any money on this game at all, you're probably going to want to consider getting a farm account. Right? Either way, you're going to want a farm account probably. Now, I've known people that have had so many farm accounts you would not believe, okay? You're allowed, hold on a second. You are allowed 10 emails when you bind your account. You're allowed 10 emails to each account. I mean, you're allowed 10 emails to bind, right? So, check it out. So far, I've got these. Oh, shit. I've got those. And to each one of those email accounts, you're allowed 2 castles. Okay, so what this means is if you want, which I've actually known somebody that did this, you can have 20 castles. Or basically, you can have 9 castles. I'm sorry, hold on. 19 castles and 1 primary account, and use the other 19 castles for farm accounts. I mean, people can get pretty crazy in this game, but basically, let me explain to you what a farm account is. And let me just add to that real quick. You know, it is a lot of maintenance. I mean, some people make money at this game, matter of fact. But I'm like the type, I've had four farm accounts before at once, and that was a lot for me. Okay, so I'm not going to have but one account for myself, one farm account. And that's good enough for me. You know, it's easy to manage. It's not hard to keep up. You know, it's just managing one. So anyway, let me go through this real quick. So basically, a farm account is basically, for those of you that don't know, a farm account is another castle that you manage that's basically yours to attack for the resources. Because you get more resources when you attack a castle that has it than if you go out and mine them, right? So let's just say this was one of my farm castles, right? And I have it next to my castle. You always want to have your farm castles next to your primary account. This is my primary account, and let's pretend that was my farm castle. You know, I'm going to be managing that castle. I'm going to be going back and forth. So when I go into that account, I'm going to make sure when it's ready to harvest, I'm going to make sure that all my troops are sent out, that there's not going to be any fight or anything, so that when I go into this account and attack that account, I will not have to put up a fight, I won't lose any troops, and I will harvest all the resources from that castle. And I have, I mean, you can get millions of resources for each resource if you are doing this right. But again, even if you just have one farm castle, I recommend that if you really enjoy this game, that you at least consider starting at least one farm castle. And I'm going to briefly show you all how to do it. So you want to click on your picture. Now I've already started a farm account, but I'm going to still show you here. You click on your account, right? Upper left. And you want to make sure that your account is bound. Alright, which this one is. Alright, but whether it is or isn't, it's still going to, when you press new game, it's still going to ask you, you know. I'm not going to press confirm, but it would still ask you, you know, it would like warn you, if you don't bind this account, you'll lose it forever. So either way, whether this is bound or not, it's still going to show you that message. So it's very important that you make sure that it's bound to either your Google email or your Facebook. Okay, and then you want to start a new game. When you start a new game, it'll give you 3 different rounds to choose from to start it in. You want to choose 1309. 1309 is which one you want. That's the realm you want to go into. So basically, I'm not going to start a new game again, but when you do press, 1309 realm, it will start your new game in that realm. So, and I'm just going to bypass that right now because I already did that. So I'm going to go to my farm account. And by the way, when you all decide that you're going to start your own farm account, please take your farm account and join this alliance with it. Okay, because I'll go into that. But, oh yeah, now I remember why I mentioned that I did video editing is because you'll notice on those videos, if any of you watch them, that the music I use for it is record scratching. And the reason I do that, there's a couple reasons. For one, it just sounds really cool. And for two, let's see. For two, it's never copyrighted. I never have to worry about my video being having copyright issues. So it's a little way to cheat the algorithm on YouTube. I don't see no harm in it. So I'm going to go ahead and play that in the background because okay, so basically give me a second. Let me gain my composure again. Alright, so now I'm in my farm account. Now, first things first, you gotta understand, this isn't your primary account. So you're gonna maintain it differently. What I mean by that is, stick with level 2 cavalry. Alright. For a long time. You may want to eventually build yourself a defense army. For purposes that I'll go into at another time. But basically, level 2 cavalry. When you do your research, you want to avoid upgrading certain things like your depot. You don't want to upgrade that because that's going to lessen the amount of resources that you'll be able to harvest from your farm when you're ready to farm it. So don't ever research your depot on your farm account. You want to research all this, everything that's going to enhance your farm account. So all your resource, upgrades, research you can do. Again, avoid the depot. Now this you'll want to, of course, research your legions and your expansions and your draft. And the reason your expansion and your draft is because you may lose, some cavalry or whatever, and you'll just... I personally think it's good to keep up with your recruitment because that's like one of the main things about this game. You don't play without troops. If you don't have troops, you're not playing. I don't care who you are. So basically you have to have troops, and it's best to be able to replenish your lost troops as soon as you can. So either way, whether it's a farm, whether it's a reinforcement account, or whether it's a primary account, or whatever your gaming style is as well, you want to make sure that your recruitment is on par. Also, your cavalry on your farm account, you may want to beef that up too, because again, that's what you're going to be collecting resources with, and somebody might want to attack your farm, maybe by accident. Believe it or not, everybody, it happens a lot in this game. And you can't take it so personal, because when somebody marches on your that too, you want to upgrade that, research that. like I was saying, if someone marches on one of your resource mines, don't take it personal because and really, to be honest with you, because of the nature of the game, you might end up talking to somebody that really doesn't understand the game or anything that I'm even talking about right now, and they'll just end up making you mad. But it's best to just leave it alone. Just recall your troops and find another resource mine. Because more than likely what happened is both of you sent your miners to that resource mine at the same time. And as odd as that, or maybe as less as, what's the word I'm looking for? It doesn't sound like that would happen. As rare as it sounds like it would happen, it happens more often than you think. That's what I meant to say. So basically, just on a footnote when it comes to that, you want to make sure you're kept up with your resource collectors. Again, it's a farm account. Also, I guess I'll go ahead and mention this. When you're recruiting, again, recruit a bunch of level 2 cavalry until you got plenty. And then you put some long range stuff behind them, because if somebody attacks you by accident, then more than likely, if you have some long range in your march with mostly cavalry, then you'll be able to defend against it. And again, they'll be the attacker, and they won't have any of their hospital take any of their wounded troops in, so they will take more of the losses. Sometimes keep this in mind, everybody. Even if you're attacked, okay, your castle, and everybody's coming to reinforce you, and everybody knows that we're going to lose the battle, even though everybody's reinforcing everybody, reinforce anyways. Because sometimes the losses is how you get back at them. It's through an attack, right? So if somebody attacks you, like they got 5 people all marching in on your castle, and you got 3 of your members all reinforcing you, yeah, you're probably going to lose the battle. But when it's over, go to the battle report and look and see how many losses they took. And it's going to be substantial. And more than likely, it's going to discourage them from attacking that same castle again. And the whole alliance in general, because they're not going to want to deal with reinforcements. Now, again, that's when it can get a little tricky. Your opponent might send in some fake attacks to get to the real target and cause a lot of bluffs. There's a lot of attack techniques, a lot of defense techniques, which I'm not going to get into right now. Again, this is a farming video, so basically. So again, if you start yourself an account and you want to start a farm, then when you do start it in this realm, don't worry about where you are on the map. I do not need you to move. We don't want you to move yet. Actually, I take that back. No, I take that back. When you join this alliance with your farm account, move your farm account next to your primary castle. Okay? That's what I meant to say. But make sure that you are donating, because that's how we're going to get our alliance castle, and that's how we're going to claim elite mines. When you're starting farm castles, you want to be a part of an alliance that has a lot of elite mines. When you are starting a farm castle and the farm alliance itself, you want to make sure you grab a lot of elite mines. Now, me personally, I think elite mines are way overrated. However, they do have their benefits. So, it doesn't matter where you move to on the map once you join the farm alliance. And again, let me reiterate, do not quit. Don't quit the alliance with your primary account and join this one. Keep your primary account in the alliance and then join this alliance with your farming account that you create. Okay, your farm castle. Once you do, then move it to your primary account. So basically, let me see if I could go ahead and do that right quick, just to show for and also make sure before you go switching back and forth that both accounts are bound. Okay, once they're bound, then you ain't got to worry about it. But you will always still get that warning message. So just don't worry about it. Once it's bound, it's bound. So I'll show you what I'm talking about. See, it gave me that warning. I didn't give you a chance to read it. But that right there was the warning. Oh, make sure the account's bound or you'll lose it forever. So what I'm doing right now is I'm not exactly sure of the coordinates. So I'm making sure that I can get those coordinates down and I can move my farm castle to where it needs to be. Now let me check my dashboard, make sure there's no questions, and there is not, so. Alright, so basically, I'm going to click on my castle. Take a screenshot. Just in case I fail at memorizing it, it is 249,659. 249, 250, 660. 250, 660. 250, 660. 250, 660. 250, 660. 250, 660.
Oh, that's not even time. Yeah, go ahead. Get a fucking ball, man. You rocking this shit. You still rocking it? Keep your luck. Don't let go.
250, 660. Man, this is slow. I think I'm on the 2G network because of my light bulb. Oh my gosh. Alright, so basically, let's see here. Oh, brother. 250, 660. You want to click on the magnifying glass down there. 250. No, I'm not far away already. Alright, so there we are. And just so nobody can, so everybody will know whose it is. Actually, I'm gonna do that differently. Hold on a second. There we go. Now, right now, the alliance is set to approval needed, so just warning you. If you happen to start yourself a farm and you join... What? Bull crap. Crap. Oh, come on, man. You cannot be telling me somebody else is using this name, bro. There's no way, man. Not in this. Come on, man. Seriously? Alright, whatever. Anyway. If you join, then, you know, leave me a message in the other alliance, in KGF. Make it private, so it don't get buried, and I don't have to look through the strings, and I'll switch accounts and get you started. So I'm going to go ahead and resource stuff, and that's really, I guess, all there is to farming that I need you to understand if you start a farm account. That's really the basics, okay? If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to get some level 2 cavalry started again. Even if this was level 6 or 7, then I would still want to train level 2 cavalry unless you got enough and you're starting to give them a little bit of defense when they're out. When we start getting close to kill event, I will start informing everybody of more things they need to know if they are in the Farm Alliance, what to look for, what to expect, and what to do. I still don't have enough. Are you serious? And I'm just trying to think, make sure there's nothing I'm leaving out for farming. Once we get the Alliance Castle built and start claiming some elite mines, again, you won't have to teleport your farm account to the Farm Alliance territory. You just want to teleport it next to your primary account in KGF. And you'll still be able to mine from elite mines from your farm account, no matter how far away you are. And also, once we get the territory up to 500, someone was talking about this earlier. Once you get the territory up to 500 squares or more, then what it does is it enables you to teleport from Union territory to Union territory for a cheaper amount of gems, which is only 700 gems, or a territory teleport. So basically, otherwise, if you weren't Union territory or wasn't 500 squares at least, you would be paying for an elite teleport, which is, I don't even remember how much right now. Let me see, I'm curious, I can't remember. It's been a minute since I played this game. An elite teleport is 2,000 gems, so you're saving yourself 1,300 gems by using the Union teleport technique. So I should have enough to start getting some level 2 cavalry now. So once your farm castle doesn't need to be upgraded past level 15. And the reason for that is because once you get to level 15, you open up the iron resource. Right now you only got wood and wheat. Next you get stone, and then comes iron. So all you have to do is get to level 15, and after that, all you got to do is just keep sending your marches out to gather resources. Now there's a system I use for farming, and let me go over that real quick too, for those of you that are patient enough, or maybe you want to watch later, I don't know. So the system I use 3 phases when I'm farming. During the first phase is when hold on a second, let me remember what the phases are. Okay, yeah. The first phase is, now you gotta have at least 3 marches before this really starts, taking a little bit faster speed to accomplish. But it works, trust me. And you can keep all your resources completely 100% safe. You never have to worry about them getting stolen if you do this. So what you do is the first phase is you gotta mine enough gems. If you don't have, you gotta mine enough gems to go into phase 2. So if you have a monthly card, this definitely helps. If you don't, even if you don't, whether you do or you don't, you still want to mine gems with all your marches. The reason for this is because, for one, you need gems to do this. For 2, you won't be attacked during phase 1 because you should be broke. You shouldn't have any resources or anything, or at least not much to be taken. So you can't have anybody loot what gems you mine, right? So whatever gems you bring back, nobody can steal from you. So phase 1 is pretty much like neutral, you're pretty much safe no matter what. And then phase 2 is when you buy a 3-day peace shield, which is, if you buy a 3-day peace shield, you can sometimes find them on sale too in the merchant shop. But you pay for a 3-day shield, and during that 3 days is phase 2. That's when you're sending all of your miners out to mine for resources. And you can be specific if you want, like if you know you're going to be really short on stone or something, you can send all 3 marches out to mine stone or whatever you need. But during that 3 days is your time during phase 2 when you're mining everything. And again, because of that shield, you don't have to worry about anything being stolen. Phase 3 is a little bit tricky, but this is when you reap your rewards. So basically, phase 3 is when, you don't want to wait until your shield pops, expires, and then harvest your farm, right? Because that little time gap in between the time that it expires and the time you actually get to your account to go farm the castle, somebody might attack it. I mean, somebody might even be watching you, to be honest with you, and waiting for this to happen. So what you want to do during phase 3, it's very simple. All you want to do is make sure that you're going to be online at a time that it is as close to expiring as possible, and then be ready. Like, you're online, you're ready. You don't have to wait for it to expire. All you got to do is send a scout out. And by sending a scout out, you can send it to your primary account. That will make the peace shield expire early. Okay, and then you can go ahead and attack it and harvest your resources. However, be sure that when your scout returns, you send all of your troops out so that you don't end up attacking your castle and taking a lot of losses. And I mean, it happens a lot, so you just got to be careful that you don't do that. Make sure you send your troops out and then log into your primary account and harvest your castle. Send as much tier 2 cavalry as you can, because that's what's going to harvest it as quickly as possible. And then once you harvest it, matter of fact, you can go ahead and start phase 1 when you send all your troops out. Just send them all out, to mine gems. And then that way you've already started on phase 1, and then switch to your primary account and start harvesting your farm castle, and then it just starts all over again. It just repeats. So that's the way I maintain my farms, and it works really well. So that's pretty much all I've got for you right now. If any of you guys have questions, make sure you ask. Make sure it gets to me, okay? And also the alliance name, the farm alliance, is 420. Let me see here. I'll go ahead and change this. Alright, so basically it's KGF farm, it's 420. Make sure you donate. If you're not donating, we're just not gonna get the territory as soon as possible, and we need to. So alright, if you have any questions, you know where to find me.